Welcome to our deep dive into one of the most formidable forces of the ancient world, the Assyrian Empire. These were not just conquerors, but architects of empires, builders of grand cities, and patrons of art that still captivates us millennia later. To understand the Assyrians, you have to understand their military. This wasn't just an army, it was a force honed to a razor's edge, a whirlwind of iron and fury. Think about the technology they pioneered: iron weapons, siege warfare techniques, and a logistical network that allowed them to project power across vast distances. The true terror of the Assyrian army lay not just in their weapons but in their tactics. They were masters of psychological warfare, employing fear as a weapon every bit as effective as their swords and spears. The Assyrians were masters of combined arms tactics, seamlessly integrating infantry, cavalry, and chariots into a cohesive fighting force. Their engineers were second to none, building roads, bridges, and siege ramps with astonishing speed. The Assyrian Empire wasn't built in a day, and it wasn't the work of one man either. It was forged over centuries by a succession of ambitious, often ruthless rulers. Men like Ashurbanipal, Tiglath-Pileser III, and Sennacherib, names that still echo through the halls of history. Ashurbanipal epitomized the seemingly contradictory nature of the Assyrians, a fierce warrior king and a renowned scholar. Tiglath-Pileser III was a military innovator, reorganizing the army and centralizing power. Sennacherib was a relentless conqueror, expanding the empire south towards Egypt and famously laying siege to Jerusalem. Ruling an empire as vast and diverse as the Assyrian one was no mean feat. The Assyrian Empire, at its height, stretched from the Persian Gulf to the Mediterranean Sea, encompassing a multitude of cultures, languages, and traditions. You need a system, a framework to hold it all together. Without a robust administrative structure, such a vast empire would quickly descend into chaos. The Assyrians excelled at administration, dividing their empire into provinces, each ruled by a governor who answered directly to the king. This hierarchical system ensured that the king's decrees were implemented efficiently across the empire. They were also keenly aware of the potential for unrest in their conquered territories. The Assyrians understood that maintaining control over such a diverse population required more than just military might. Their solution? A policy of mass deportation, moving entire populations from one end of the empire to the other. This not only disrupted local power structures, but also helped to spread Assyrian culture and influence. This served to break up potential centers of resistance and integrate conquered peoples into the fabric of the empire. By relocating people, they diluted the chances of rebellion and fostered a sense of unity under Assyrian rule. The Assyrians were incredible builders, constructing a network of roads and canals that facilitated trade, communication, and the rapid deployment of troops. These infrastructures were vital for maintaining the cohesion and stability of the empire. They built grand palaces adorned with intricate carvings depicting their military victories. These palaces were not just residences, but also symbols of Assyrian power and authority. The Assyrians had to move armies, collect taxes, maintain order across vast distances, and they did it all with remarkable efficiency. Their ability to manage such a vast empire with precision is a testament to their administrative genius and organizational skills. The Assyrians weren't just conquerors, they were patrons of the arts, deeply invested in the cultural and aesthetic expressions of their time. They were also builders of some of the most impressive architectural wonders of the ancient world, structures that have stood the test of time. Their cities, especially their capitals like Nineveh, were marvels of urban planning, showcasing their advanced understanding of city design and infrastructure. Boasting paved streets, sophisticated water systems, and intricate layouts, these cities were ahead of their time. The sprawling royal palaces were adorned with breathtaking works of art, each piece telling a story of its own. Towering above you are the walls of the royal palace, imposing and grand, designed to inspire awe and respect. These walls were covered in intricate bas-reliefs depicting scenes of war and conquest, hunting lions, and elaborate religious ceremonies, each carving a testament to their skills. These weren't just decorations, they were statements, bold pronouncements of Assyrian power, etched in stone for all to see. Every symbol and inscription served a purpose, reinforcing the might and authority of the Assyrian Empire. The famous Lamassu, colossal winged bulls with human heads, stood as guardians, protecting the entrances to Assyrian palaces and cities. These statues were not just for protection, they were also symbols of the divine power and authority of the king. The Assyrians were masters of storytelling through art, using their creations to convey complex narratives and messages. These messages often depicted power, piety, and the divine right of the king to rule. They also illustrated the consequences of defying the Assyrian king, serving as a warning to all who might challenge their authority. The art and architecture of the Assyrians offer us a glimpse into their worldview, their beliefs, and their aspirations, revealing a civilization that valued power, order, and divine favor. All empires, no matter how mighty, eventually crumble. This is a lesson that history has taught us time and again. The Assyrians, despite their unparalleled military prowess and administrative efficiency, were not immune to the relentless forces of history. Their empire, which once stretched across vast territories, was built on the foundations of conquest and control. By the 7th century BCE, the once mighty empire began to unravel, consumed by a perfect storm of internal strife, external enemies, and rebellion. The cracks in their seemingly invincible armor began to show. Decades of constant warfare had drained the Assyrian treasury and manpower. The relentless campaigns left their resources depleted and their soldiers weary. The relentless pace of conquest had sown the seeds of resentment among their subjects, just waiting for the right moment to rise up. Oppressed populations, burdened by heavy tributes and harsh rule, yearned for liberation. The Medes, a powerful empire to the east, sensing Assyrian weakness, forged alliances with the Babylonians and other former vassals. These alliances were strategic, aimed at dismantling the Assyrian dominance. The year 612 BCE saw the unthinkable, the fall of Nineveh, the heart of the Assyrian Empire, to a coalition of their enemies. This marked a turning point in ancient history. The once mighty city was sacked and burned, its palaces reduced to rubble, its treasures looted. The destruction was thorough, leaving behind only ruins and memories of past glory. The Assyrian king, facing inevitable defeat, chose self-immolation rather than capture. His dramatic end symbolized the final collapse of the Assyrian might. The fall of the Assyrian Empire serves as a cautionary tale, a reminder that even the most powerful empires are not immune to the forces of history. It stands as a testament to the cyclical nature of rise and fall, a pattern that has repeated throughout the ages. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the rise and fall of the Assyrian Empire. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more historical explorations. Let us know in the comments which ancient civilization you'd like us to cover next.